Right, so we're diving deep today into self-knowledge. We're going to learn some cool stuff.
Yeah.
About unlocking our potential and all that.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting, right? Like we kind of go through life without really sometimes understanding what makes us tick, right?
Yeah.
And this video is like promising techniques and inspiring stories.
Yeah, for sure.
To help us get to know ourselves better, which honestly could make a huge difference in like everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's like, we have this potential.
Yeah.
But without self-knowledge, we're stumbling around in the dark.
Right.
And this video, they frame it as finding a roadmap to a more fulfilling life.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
A roadmap, okay?
Yeah.
So they jump right into it saying self-knowledge is the foundation of any success. And it's not even just about like feeling good, but about making smarter decisions, playing to our strengths, and even finding opportunities that like genuinely resonate with us.
Right. So it's not just about like this vague finding yourself, but it's about, making choices that actually support your goals and your values instead of just like feeling lost. Imagine having that confidence to go after what you truly want.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
No more second guessing.
Exactly.
Feeling stuck. Okay. So to get to that point, they introduced this technique, journaling, which is actually pretty practical. They suggest like taking a few minutes each day just to reflect, like what went well, what challenges popped up, how did those things make me feel? Just, the basic stuff.
Yeah. And it's amazing how like just writing those things down can help you see some patterns. Like you start to see these themes in how you react, how you behave, and it's so insightful.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like you're writing it down and you're shining a light on these subconscious beliefs and habits that might be holding you back and you don't even realize it.
It's like a therapist, but on paper.
Exactly.
I had a similar experience.
Oh, yeah.
A while back, actually. I was getting so frustrated with this one project at work, but I just couldn't figure out why.
Yeah.
So I started journaling, and like through that process, I realized the project just didn't line up with like my core values. It was like a light bulb.
A huge realization.
Huge light bulb moment.
And that's a perfect example of how, like, when you increase your self-awareness, using these tools, it helps you make more informed decisions and, helps you create a life that feels more like authentic and fulfilling for you.
Right, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so journaling, check. But the video doesn't stop there. They also talk about meditation as a way to connect with yourself, your core self, but on a deeper level.
Right.
Deeper level.
Yeah.
And they mention like mindfulness, where you focus on the present moment, and visualization, where you're using your imagination to create like a positive mental image.
Yeah, and journaling, it can help you uncover those patterns.
Yeah.
But meditation, that's what takes you deeper, right?
Yeah.
Like imagine being able to quiet all that mental chatter and like really tune into your inner wisdom.
Yeah.
And they talk about the benefits being like reduced stress, enhanced clarity, and a deeper understanding of your emotions.
Okay, so we've got journaling to uncover patterns. We've got meditation to connect with our inner voice. Sounds pretty powerful already.
Yeah, pretty powerful.
But wait, there's more.
Right.
The video then goes on to talk about personality tests.
Yes.
And they specifically mention like MBTI and the Enneagram, which have become really popular.
Very popular.
I've heard a lot about them.
Yeah.
And they seem like a fun and interesting way to like get to know yourself.
For sure.
But I've also heard people say that they're like too simplistic. You know, like you can't sum up a whole person with a few letters or numbers.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you got to approach them with a healthy dose of skepticism, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be a good starting point.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't take the results as like the absolute truth. It's more like a guide or a conversation starter, not like a definitive label.
So like jumping off points for deeper reflection.
Exactly.
Not something to like box yourself in.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the real value of the tests is using them as prompts for self-discovery, exploring like the nuances of our personalities and understanding how we kind of interact with the world around us.
For sure.
And to like really bring these ideas to life, the video shares some pretty inspiring real-life examples.
Okay.
So first up, we have Maria.
Okay, what did Maria do?
Well, Maria, she was stuck in this job that was just draining her.
Oh, wow.
She was feeling completely burnt out.
Yeah.
But instead of just accepting it, she decided to seek out self-knowledge.
Yeah.
And she started journaling and meditating.
Okay.
And that's when she discovered a passion.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
She found a passion through journaling and meditation.
Yeah.
I got to hear more about this.
Yeah, it turns out it was photography.
Okay.
And it had always been kind of a quiet interest, but she never considered it as like a career path.
Yeah.
But through introspection, she realized how much joy it brought her.
Yeah.
And how it actually aligned with her values and her desire for like creative expression.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so she took a leap of faith, quit her job, started her own photography business, and now she's more fulfilled than ever.
Wow.
So it just goes to show you, like self-reflection, it can reveal those dormant patterns that we didn't even know were there.
That's inspiring.
Right.
Makes you wonder what hidden passions are like lurking inside of us.
Right, waiting to be discovered.
Waiting to be, yeah.
Exactly. And self-exploration.
Yeah.
It has this power to open up possibilities that we might never have even considered.
Right.
But Maria's story is not the only one.
Okay.
The video also shares John's experience.
Okay, let's hear about John.
All right, so John was struggling with his workplace relationships. He felt like he wasn't connecting with his colleagues.
Yeah.
So he took a personality test.
Okay.
And he discovered that he has an introverted communication style.
Okay.
And he realized that he needed time to process information before, like, jumping into a conversation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. We assume that everyone communicates the same way, but that's not always true.
Not the case, no.
So once John understood this about himself,
he
was able to communicate his needs to his colleagues more effectively.
So instead of like struggling in silence, he actually like spoke up.
Yeah, exactly.
But what he needed to like thrive in that environment.
Exactly. And you know what? It made a huge difference.
Okay.
His relationships with his colleagues, they improved drastically.
Wow.
And his productivity, it soared.
That's amazing.
So just think, like, this simple personality test helped him unlock a whole new level of success and fulfillment.
That really highlights how self-awareness isn't just about understanding ourselves, but also understanding how we interact with everyone around us.
Exactly.
Especially like the people we work with.
Absolutely. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the power of self-knowledge. There's so much more to explore.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome back to our deep dive on self-knowledge.
Yes.
We've uncovered some pretty powerful insights.
Yeah, we have.
Haven't we, from this PDP video?
Absolutely, yeah. Like from journaling and meditation to those personality tests.
Yeah.
It's like clear that there are just so many ways to unlock a deeper understanding of ourselves.
It's like peeling back layers of an onion.
Yes, I like that analogy.
Right. Revealing more and more about who we are and what makes us tick.
Absolutely. And we've seen with Maria and John, like that self-discovery can lead to some pretty incredible transformations, both, personally and professionally.
For sure. Their stories were so inspiring.
Yeah.
But here's a question that's been in my mind. Like the video focuses a lot on personal and professional growth.
Yeah.
But what about our relationships with others?
Oh, that's a great question.
How does self-knowledge play into that?
Yeah, I think that deserves more attention.
Yeah.
Because as we understand ourselves better, it naturally impacts how we relate to the people around us.
So it's not just this like isolated journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
It like ripples outward and affects our interactions with, everyone, romantic partners, colleagues.
Yeah, absolutely. Think about it. Like, if you're aware of your own triggers, your communication style, your emotional patterns, you can just like be more mindful and compassionate in how you interact with other people.
So it's like having a user manual for yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Once you understand how you operate, you can like communicate that to others and navigate those relationships with more like empathy and awareness.
That's a great way to put it. It's like saying, hey, this is how I work. This is what I need.
Yeah.
This is how you can best support me.
And the reverse is true too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like the more self-aware we are, the better equipped we are to understand and support the people in our lives.
Absolutely. It creates this beautiful cycle of empathy and understanding. Imagine, for example, you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
And you realize through self-reflection that you tend to withdraw emotionally when you're stressed.
Okay, yeah, I've been there.
Right, like sometimes you just need some space to process, but it doesn't mean you don't care.
Exactly.
Right. So by understanding that about yourself, you can communicate that to your partner and explain, like, hey, it's not you, it's just how I cope. It's something I'm working on.
That could prevent so many arguments.
Oh, absolutely.
And misunderstandings.
Yeah. And then your partner can, in turn, learn how to best support you.
Yeah.
During those times, maybe they give you that space, but also reassure you that they're there for you when you're ready to talk.
Yeah.
It's about creating this dynamic where both individuals feel seen, heard, understood.
And this applies to so many types of relationships.
Yeah.
Romantic partnerships, friendships, family dynamics, even like colleagues at work.
Yeah.
The more we understand our needs, boundaries, communication styles, the better we are to navigate
all sorts of relationships with more empathy and awareness.
It's like we're fine-tuning our emotional intelligence.
Exactly.
This adds a whole new dimension to self-knowledge, right?
It really does.
It's not just about individual growth, but it's about creating these healthier, more fulfilling connections.
Yeah.
It's amazing how interconnected it all is.
It really is. And the video didn't explicitly dive into this aspect of self-knowledge, but I think it's a crucial piece of the puzzle.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's one key takeaway you want our listener to ponder?
Well, I think it's crucial to remember that self-knowledge, it's not a destination. It's an ongoing process of exploration and growth and evolution. It's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity and self-reflection in our daily lives and being open to new insights about ourselves.
I love that it's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, I'm even more excited to dive into the next part where we explore some practical tips for continuing this journey of self-discovery. All right. So welcome back to the deep dive.
Yeah.
We've been exploring this whole idea of self-knowledge and how it can lead to a more fulfilling life, right?
Absolutely. And honestly, it feels like we've only just scratched the surface. We've talked about journaling, meditation, personality tests, and how self-awareness impacts our relationships. It's incredible how much there is to discover about ourselves.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like we've given our listener a toolbox full of these powerful instruments for self-discovery.
Right.
But now we need to show them how to use them.
Exactly. We need to give them that instruction manual.
Right. Exactly. So let's dive into some practical tips for continuing this journey, right? What can our listener do
for sure
to keep the momentum going?
Well, remember Maria's story and how she, discovered her passion for photography?
Yeah.
That highlights something super important.
What's of it?
Sometimes we gotta step outside of our comfort zone and try new things to uncover those hidden interests and talents.
There are these dormant passions.
Right, just waiting.
Waiting to be awakened.
Exactly.
Well, how do we do that?
Well, it could be anything, right? It could be taking a cooking class, learning a new language, joining a hiking group, volunteering for a cause that you care about.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
I love that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this grand life-altering thing.
Yeah, not at all.
Right. Sometimes those little discoveries lead to the biggest shifts.
Exactly.
And, self-understanding.
Absolutely. Even something as simple as trying a new genre of music or exploring a different part of your city that can open up new perspectives and help you learn something new about yourself.
The key is to approach it with an open mind.
Yeah, for sure.
And a willingness to, embrace the unknown.
Embrace the unknown.
Right. Who knows what you might find.
Right.
Now, building on that, I think it's also really important to seek feedback from people that you trust.
Absolutely.
We all have blind spots, right?
Yeah, we do.
And sometimes other people can see things that we miss.
Totally.
It could be a close friend, family member, mentor, even a therapist, someone who knows us well.
Right. And who can offer honest and constructive insights.
And the key is to be receptive to that feedback, even if it's not what we want to hear.
Exactly.
It's about using those insights as a mirror to reflect on our behaviors, patterns, how we're perceived by others.
Yeah, totally.
It can be uncomfortable.
Well, yeah.
But often that discomfort leads to the most profound growth.
The growth.
Right. And speaking of growth, what about those personality tests?
Yeah.
How can we use those as part of this, ongoing journey?
Remember, don't get fixated on the labels. Don't let them define you.
Yeah.
It's more about using those tests as springboards for deeper self-reflection.
So if a test tells you you're an introvert, for example.
Right.
Don't just accept it as the absolute truth.
Right.
Right. Use it as a starting point to explore what that means for you.
Right.
Like, how does my introversion show up in my life?
In my daily life,
What are my strengths, challenges? How can I use it to create a life that feels aligned with who I am?
Right. And there's so many resources out there to help you dive deeper into that stuff.
Yeah.
Books, articles, online communities. It's amazing.
It's all about being an active participant.
Yes.
In your self-discovery, right?
Yeah.
Don't just passively consume information.
Right. Engage with it.
Yeah.
Question it. Apply it to your own experiences.
This whole deep dive has really emphasized that. Self-knowledge is an ongoing...
It is.
Not a destination.
Right.
It's about continually learning.
Yep.
Growing. Evolving.
Yeah, it's a journey.
As we navigate life.
Or a destination.
And as we become more self-aware, we empower ourselves to make more conscious choices, build stronger relationships, and ultimately live more fulfilling lives.
Absolutely. It's an investment that keeps on giving.
This has been such an insightful and inspiring conversation I hope our listeners are walking away with.
I hope so too.
A renewed sense of curiosity.
Yeah.
And a toolbox full of strategies.
For sure.
To keep exploring that world within.
It's never too late to embark on this journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
And even small steps can make a big difference.
That's true.
Try one of the techniques we talked about. Revisit those personality tests or just take a few minutes each day to reflect on your experiences and what they're teaching you about yourself. You might be surprised by what you discover.
What a great note to end on.
Right.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into self-knowledge.
My pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Yeah.
Keep learning.
Keep growing.
And keep diving deep.